Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the students, the international students. I know this is the biggest question that I've been getting regarding the proclamation that President Trump put out yesterday regarding the ban on the visas. If you have not watched my video, trust me, I don't think anyone would have gone through the ordeal of reading you the official proclamation. I've done that in the video and you should genuinely, truly check that out because that's something that, you will not get in most places probably. Okay, so I've clearly broken it down for you, every single point, and now this is the time that we go on to the big question for the international students. Is the US still worth it? Should you still go, given the ban that President Trump has put out on the visas, on the H1B, H4B and all of these other visas, J visa? Is it still worth it? The ban is of course temporary, right? It's ending in December 2020, on the 31st of December, by the way, but there is of course a clause in there that, hey, if the economy has not revived, we will still continue it, we can still continue it, and that will be in the hands of the president at that point of time. And remember, the elections are in November 2020, so you don't know yet who will be the president, what's going to be the outcome. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Let's quickly go over these things. First thing, I know that you may be feeling that this proclamation is extremely unfair if you're an international student or if you're thinking of going to the US to study. And if you are probably a US person, a resident, or someone who already is from the US, a native person, you may be feeling that it's the right thing. Now, it's not really about the right or the wrong thing, it's about the perspective, okay? So those people may be feeling that, hey, it's a good thing. We feel that it is not such a good thing. And the whole point over here is that this whole agenda that Trump is carrying out, we already know that he's against immigration. So that's not even the point. The coronavirus is something that he's taking up support from in order to reduce this immigration, okay, and just favor American workers. And that's something that he wants to do because, hey, he wants to be the president for as long as possible. The elections are coming up. He wants the votes. Who is going to give them the votes? Who is going to give him the votes? The people who have the citizenship, not the green card, the people who have the citizenship. They are the only people who are allowed to vote. Now, who are the people who have the citizenship? I would say most of them are not even immigrants. So that's important. He's targeting the people who are not immigrant. He's trying to make them happy. He's trying to keep them happy. And that's exactly what is going on. He's basically banning all of these visa types, and he's trying to show them that, hey, I know that the American workers have lost a lot of jobs, and this is why I'm taking such a drastic measure to secure the jobs for you, for the people who have the citizenship, for the people who can vote, so that they can take advantage of this situation and they can get the jobs before international students or immigrants do. Okay, so that's what he's trying to do. From a presidential perspective, that seems okay to me. Okay, it's something that he wants to do so that he can basically continue after November 2020, right, after the elections, right? But again, from a student's perspective, it doesn't seem great to me because there are students who will be adversely affected. Think about the people who are finishing their OPT right now, finishing their H1B right now, or maybe they don't have an H1B, they are finishing their OPT, so they're worried and now they can't even apply. So these are the things that matter the most. Okay, now I'm gonna go over all the cases. What if you're on your OPT? What if you're on your F1 visa? What if you are thinking of going to the US? Should you still go? So I'm gonna be going over all of these cases. Just stay tuned with me and I'll basically answer all of your questions hopefully in this video itself. Okay, I've done a lot of research. Trust me, this is my experience I'm giving to you. After years and years of work in the field, this is what it will basically work. So just trust me on this. Just give me 5 to 10 minutes of your time and I assure you that you will have your answer. Okay, alright, before I even begin taking up the cases, I want you to know that I have been a student. I went to the US, right? And this is exactly what I would be doing if I was in your situation. Hell, I may even be in your situation. I may even be thinking of applying right now again. So just think about this. Notice that I'm in the same position. I come from you guys, and there's the one thing that I want for you guys is the best. So just take this advice with that grain of salt, that hey, I'm not here to advertise something. I'm just giving you my personal advice, that this is what I would do, this is what I would give to my relatives, to my friends, to my family, and you guys are the same to me. You guys are my friends and my family. So that's what I'm doing over here, okay? So the first kind of people over here that are going to be affected by this, the worst kind of thing that can happen to you is if your OPT is ending, or you only have one chance to apply to the H1B, and now that's being taken away because you cannot apply anymore. Until the end of 2020, there is going to be no new issuances, and basically the visa has been banned. So if your OPT is ending right now, you don't know what to do, you have been working in a company, your boss wants to support you, your company wants to support you, but they cannot do that anymore because the rules are as such that the visa has been banned till the end of this year at least. So there's only one alternative for you guys. You may be a bachelor's student who has finished the bachelor's and is working in the industry now. You may be a master's student, okay? Hopefully you should be one of these two. If you're a PhD student, I'm pretty sure you should not be affected because you guys have separate sort of norms. But for bachelor's and master's students, what you should do is you should try to outgrow this pandemic and outgrow this rule that has been put forward, right? This proclamation that President Trump has put forward. Till the end of 2020, you should try to stay in the United States. You should do anything you can to stay. Now, I know there's not a lot of ways because you will not be able to stay once your OPT ends, right? And you don't have the H1B. So the only thing you can do over here, and please don't think that this is outrageous advice. This is advice that I would give to my own brother, okay? The only thing you should do over here is enroll into a master's or a PhD program. Okay, you should do that just so that you can stay in the country. I'm not saying complete the master's or complete the PhD. If you have finished your bachelor's over there, go for a master's. If you have finished your master's, go for a PhD. Why, you ask me? The reason is so that you can stick around, so that you can go over there and you can start working. Once you enroll and you outgrow this thing that finishes in December 2020, hopefully it finishes, then you can go in for a job and you can quit your program, you can quit your PhD, you can quit your master's. Okay, I know it sounds a bit outrageous, but for those of you who will be going for a PhD, you already know most of those are already funded, so you should not have to pay anything, or even if you have to pay, it's very, very negligible, and at the end you will still save your investment. I know you have huge loans on your head that you have to pay off, so if you haven't been able to do that, and I know it's very, very hard for you already, but enroll into one of these programs if you want to stay into the country so that you can stay over there. And as soon as the things start to improve, trust me, you can just quit your program, you can get the job. I know it doesn't sound easy, but this is what you have to do. Okay, we're going to move on to the second case now. I'm so sorry. The second one is if you are on your F1 visa. Now, if you have your F1 visa, what that means is that you are a student. Notice that the OPT, the STEM OPT extension, everything is still intact. There are no changes at all. But there is one major change that is going to affect you, okay? So the only thing that is going to affect you is how the H1B is going to be administered from the next time. And I'm going to be making a separate video on this. That's going to be in my next video that I'll be posting tomorrow. But I'll be basically giving you the whole proclamation again. I'll show you the highlights, I'll tell you the important parts, okay? But for now, just understand that what they are doing is that earlier 85,000 visas were given in the form of a lottery. That lottery has disappeared. There is no lottery anymore, okay? So what's going to happen, and this is what Trump proposes, is that now we're going to be giving it to the top 85,000 people. How do you get those top 85,000 people out of so many? Well, he's saying that to get the top 85,000 people, the sort of ranking we are going to use is based on their salaries. So if your salary is very, very competitive and it's within the top 85,000 salaries offered to these pool of maybe 300,000 people applied. So if you're within those top 85,000 people, according to your salary within these 300,000 people, in that case, you will get the H1B visa. So it's a bit more merit based, you can say, okay? This is a bad move for people who are studying in tier 3 colleges, tier 3 universities, who have just gone over there to study and get a job maybe, and they do not care about what kind of a salary they get. Maybe they don't get a very high salary, or maybe they're in a startup and companies like Amazon and Google are easily able to pay much more. This is bad news, guys. In that case, there's only one or two things you can do. The first thing I would say is start networking, start collaborating with more and more people. Reach out, put yourself out there, and try to connect. Use LinkedIn, man, use LinkedIn, please do. And try to get internships, try to land jobs in top companies, try to basically go for higher salaries. Okay, so go for higher salaries, get multiple offers, try to do as much as you can, try to negotiate these salaries, try to secure yourself. That's what you need to do. Okay, hopefully you understand what I'm talking about over here. The only thing that's going to affect you is how the H1B is administered, and you can do that. You can basically be well on that front as well. So in order to do that, just make sure that your salary is good in whichever company you go on to work in. Okay, and the final case is of the international students who are basically thinking of coming to the United States at this point, who are incoming students. I'm talking about people who are entering the United States in December 2020 or later. Okay, so that would be the spring 2021 term or later. Okay, by the way, if you're a fall 2020 applicant, if you're wondering what my opinion is, I've already said that in so many videos. I think it's a bad idea to enroll for online classes. I would not go for it. And given everything that is going on, the visa ban and everything, I'm even more sure that you should not go for fall 2020. If you've already gone in and you have circumstances that you cannot outgrow, you have to go in, like maybe you will never be able to apply again in your life, then go, it's fine. But hey, if you can avoid it, I would say avoid it. Okay, now for the people who are going in December 2020 or later, that's after the elections, you guys need to wait. You guys need to understand that after November 2020, a lot of things can change. The elections will be gone and you can see a new president maybe. Even if Trump sticks around, you can see different sort of rules. Maybe this thing does not continue anymore. So this thing, by the way, remember that this proclamation, this visa ban, ends at the end of 2020. So it's gone. It's a temporary thing. Okay, that's what we know as of now. Second thing, should you still apply? Yes. Do not change your plans just based on a temporary ban. Okay, I know it's going to affect some people. It's also going to affect a lot of people. Okay, so it's going to affect some people, but it's not going to affect a lot of people. Remember this. Okay, still apply. Do not change your plans. Do not change things just in the heat of the moment. And I'm going to tell you why. I know that you may be thinking, hey, we may not be able to get our return on investment. Why are you saying that? Wait up. Okay, wait up. I'm gonna give you an alternative, but still, don't take decisions in the heat of the moment. You should still apply, in my opinion. Okay, the next thing is that the elections are coming up. Trump versus Joe Biden. You do not know what's going to happen in November, so things may take a turn for the good drastically. You do not know that. Okay, and the final thing, I say keep your options open. This is the part where I say, you were asking me why should we still apply to the US. Keep your options open, apply to the US, but also, apply to some other countries. Go for Canada, Australia, there's UK, there's Germany, there's so many other options. You can go for any other country, but at the end of the day, keep US as an option. Things can change dramatically. Things can get back to normal, okay? And you do not want to miss out on that opportunity. You should have at least, some universities who are willing to take you in, So just make sure that you are in that situation that, hey, if things start to improve, I can still go in, okay? So keep your options open, keep both options open, US and whatever other country you also, think is good enough for you. So keep all the options open. And apart from that, I think this should cover everything, like almost every group of people I could think of. Like I tried to segregate all the people into different scenarios and I gave you all the answers what you should do based on your group. If this helps you, or if you like the efforts, I would really prefer if you just click on the subscribe button so I can give you further updates in the next videos. I would love to do that, man. I would love to do that for you. And for the next case, let's say that maybe I forgot some cases. What you can do is you can go on to YamGrad, go on to the forums, paste your question, okay, or type your question and just ask me over there. I will personally reply to you over there, okay? Sometimes, on YouTube you can also comment over here, but sometimes, I get a lot of comments and I'm not able to reply. If that happens, you should basically go on over there and write down the discussions so that I will personally interact with you over there. In fact, people from my team can also interact with you, if not just me. Okay, so yeah, I hope that helps. I know this is a lot to take in. You're probably not happy about what's going on, neither am I, but we don't really have a lot of control on it over here. So make sure that we are doing the best that we can at this point. And I don't want to elongate this video unnecessarily, so I'll see you in the next one. Like the video if you like the efforts, and yeah, just hold on in there. Things will start to get better, I'm sure about that.